This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome to Apex Racing TV and the iRacing Esports Network and Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal for the 12th round of the BSR MX5 Pro Series. I am Chaz Draycott alongside Alex Simpson-Ty on the cameras, and this is going to be the final round of the Championship's 12-week sort of mini-season, as you could call it. The Championship has 4 12-week seasons, much as iRacing does, and then 1 overall annual championship as well. So these guys get into the end of the first one, and to be fair, Alex, it should be a pretty interesting night. These guys have got quite a bit on the line. I'm not sure in terms of the smaller championship how the standings are, but in the overall thing, it seems to be Nick McCarron and Kip Stevens that are doing the best job so far.
Yeah, I mean, couple of races missed though now for those guys, or not particularly great results. Obviously, Nick was away, wasn't he? So we will check in and have a little look at the standings shortly. Just having minor technical glitch with the overlay. So I dare say it's getting a little closer. Of course, it's a massive season, so long to go. It's probably way too early to even be talking about championship leaders and things like that. But no doubt sooner rather than later, we'll start looking at it, who's got the points and things like that needed, and because of course every podium position you gets your bonus point for the showdown and things like that. So we'll go into a bit of detail, but like I say, it's still very early days.
It really is. But one person that'll be happy for me to mention, it was the overall annual winner last year, was Steve Hefford, and I'm not really sure how he's getting on at the moment. 5th on the grid for tonight so far. Qualifying has just finished, so the drivers will now be lining up. There's a very interesting little result further down the order. I'll get to that in a second. Jamie S puts it on pole for SimLab then. Only 5 thousandths of a second faster than Jack Ashton. Very close between those two. Jason Cooper half a second back in 3rd place, with Brian Holmes in 4th for Excite iRacing. Steve Hefford himself is 5th, with Adam McNally, if I can say his name right, in 6th. James McRitchie, 7th for Asymmetric. Martin Plowman, 8th. Adam Delmont is 9th, and Kip Stevens rounds out your top 10. Then it's Stuart Dick for Asymmetric, and here is the interesting result I was going to mention. Andy Maxwell, Steve Cooley, and Carl Jackalette make it a 1-2-3 in the AM category for Year 1 Racing, ahead of the result clothing cars of Mikey Key and Carl Hardy on row 8. Peter Van Gool is 17th for SimLab, Joe McDonald is 18th, Max Wright is 19th, and Benjamin Mears rounds out your top 10. Ralph Cullinan is 21st, with Gregory Vranks in 22nd, Scott Malcolm 23rd, Craig Jones 24th, Jeroen Ursum is 25th for Excite iRacing, Graham Sessford 26th with David Ayres in 27th, and Billy Rose in the 444 car is in 28th. Behind him is Dale Bennison in Year 1 Racing car, and then the cars that didn't seem to qualify is Marcelo Panion, Dave Hampson, Luke Cooper, Craig Cameron, Cesare Rizzo, Roy Viverke, Rob Graham, Anthony Ainsworth, and Liam Silkstone makes the 38-car grid. So the lights should be coming in any second now for the first race around this very tight and twisty circuit here. It should be interesting to see how these guys handle this one, Alex, because it's not the easiest track in the world to get around. We're just waiting for Benjamin Mears. He's just popped up on the grid, so the lights should come on now. And for the first of 4 races this evening on the iRacing Esports Network, the lights come on. Oh, Scott Malcolm's jumped the start in the background and they're away. Looks like a good launch for Jamie.
Oh, God, it's caused an absolute nightmare as well. Yep,
there's an automatic knock hill car around in the background. That's Roy Viverke. Benjamin Mears is at the back. Oh, there's 4 of them involved at least. maybe 6 cars. Craig Cameron's in there as well. I can hear a little bit more contact as the field filters their way through the first 2 corners. Very difficult bit of track to get right lap after lap, but yeah, a couple of guys down there, Benjamin Mears, David Ayres, Craig Cameron, Dale Bennison. Some of these guys, Alex, not even making it past the start line. Absolute nightmare for those guys further down the field. Dave Hampson, I think, has had an issue as well. It's Jamie Ayres leading the way at the moment. Great scrap here for 3rd place between Cooper, Holmes, McNally, and even Steve Hefford in there as well. There's Martin Plowman getting stuck in with Adam Delmont of XI Racing, the Fury Sim Sports car. Wow.
More people around as well. Graham Crisford. Oh, that car looks positively second-hand.
Yeah, very second-hand indeed. We look at Anthony Ainsworth a bit further down the order. He's got a bit of damage as well. Real shame that, though, for those guys. To be fair, Scott jumping the star, I'm not sure whether that was to blame for it all. I think someone after him got a really slow getaway and then got collected. Scott's there in 26th place at the moment. He'll, of course, have a drive-through penalty or a stop and go. Or a Scott and go, as we can call it. So here is Viverke who got caught up in this. Sorry, Benjamin Mears. There's Scott getting away. Ben, and oh yeah, it was actually, yeah, Ben does, to be fair, he does just pull over to the left. I don't think he expected Scott to be there. There's Ayres, and then the year 1 car goes in, and that's what blocks the track, unfortunately. I think Silkstone got involved in there as well. He was in a livery that I've not recognised before, but side by side for the lead. Then Jack Ashton and Jamie Ayres into the final chicane. Sorry about that huge noise, I've just absolutely walloped my brake pedal with my left foot. Jack Ashton takes the lead of the race though. Beautiful move from Jamie Ayres there, very close to making contact with that slight overlap that there was, but the end of lap 1 then, Jack Ashton leading the way. Martin Plowman must have got a slowdown. There's a couple of guys pulling over to the left, that would signify that they've cut the chicane. Van Gool there in the middle. Plowman not quite on the racing line now, I think he served that slowdown. Look at this scrap for the lead, Alex. Once again, we've got a little gaggle of cars all vying for 1 position.
This is exactly what we want. Nice, good, close battle. Good to see that Ayres wasn't able to sort of disappear. Ashton right on it, Cooper there as well. All the big players, Brian Holmes and Adam McNally, McRitchie, all there. So yeah, this is going to be a great little race.
It certainly is. And of course, the slipstream, we have said it, on the back straight is going to be the great leveller here once again. But it's all about making that move into the chicane so people could get the run and, you know, try and get that position. But then, you know, you just got to be late on the brakes and braver than the guy that you're racing, I suppose, as we saw from Ashton and Ayres there. Very controlled stuff from those two. You can see on the right hand side what we call the battle box. We love a battle box on Apex Racing TV. You can see the gaps between all the cars. Jason Cooper, the only one out of these 5 with a B licence, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was leading the championship at the moment, actually, to be fair, Alex, because he's just been on fire as Ashton defends the inside there from Ayres. This is going to get very feisty now onto this back straight.
No room, nowhere at all for Cooper to go. He's going to have to sit there and wait, isn't he?
Definitely. Down this long back straight, you can see Brian Holmes there, ducking out to the left to take the slipstream from Jamie Ayres. Adam McNally's in there too. McRitchie starting to fall back a little bit, but side by side, Ashton and Ayres once again. Ashton on the inside this time, Ayres on the outside. They both turn in. 2 wheels in the air for Ashton. Brilliant respect between these boys. They're doing a bit of rubbing as they come out of the chicane, but no one turned around, no major contact yet. Cooper's got a great run though.
Another slowdown in the background as well. That's Delmont.
Oh, a bit late on the brakes there was Ayres. Cooper's got it turned in. Nice and tucked in. Oh, a bit of contact between Ayres and Ashton as well. It's getting a little bit bunched up now. I think Ayres has got a slight overlap on Ashton. He realises that and pulls out of it very, very quickly. There's a lot of movement further down the order. Plowman, Delmont, there's a couple of guys moving around. I think they're slowdowns, like you say, although there's some incident points racking
Ashton
up on
got
my
hit
screen.
hard there, and actually he will have a slowdown as well. That definitely counts as what I classed as a smash and grab.
Yeah, definitely. I do apologise for not actually commentating on that while it happened. Oh, nearly getting turned there by McRitchie, nearly a bit of contact. But this now brings Brian Holmes into the mix. 5.3 thousand I rating. Brian Holmes, you can see the I ratings of these guys in the bottom right and what licenses they currently have. That of course only applies to the official stuff within iRacing and not the league run little contests that we get here. Jamie Ayres still in the lead though. Jamie's a great, a wise racer, isn't he, Alex? We've seen a lot of good stuff from him over the time we've commentated on him.
Made some great moves. Not such a great one there, and actually gets a little nudge from behind, a little taste of his own medicine, perhaps, from Holmes. Doesn't get turned around, so they're all going to be going at it. And I think McNally is going to have to be the patient one this time. Last lap it was Cooper.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of patience involved with the entire race, really. Or is he going to be that impatient? He nearly went for the middle then. I thought he was going to make it 3 wide. That would have been overly scary. Jason Cooper is also playing patient. McNally's down the inside on the brakes. Plenty of room given, I'd say. Oh, a bit of contact with the wall. Ayres is sideways. And now Ashton's got the run again. Oh, Holmes has got to slow down. Absolute nightmare for Brian Holmes.
Did Holmes really cut the course there? I do. I don't buy it. I do not buy it at all. I've seen a lot of them at this circuit where drivers actually are perfectly within the limits, but the sim with the perhaps a bit of a dodgy ping is reading it as an off track. So I think Holmes there looked like he took a perfectly good line, got punished for it.
Same with Ashton really as well. Ashton didn't seem to do anything wrong in my opinion. There is Stuart Dick, who I still haven't sorted his decal there out. It still says he's an AM on his windscreen. He's definitely not. Kip Stevens behind him with Pete Van Gool in 9th place. It's just every time we look at the top 10 in this series, just the names are just brilliant because it's like a superstar list of MX5 drivers. It's awesome. Jason Cooper then second at the moment. He's been really playing the sort of wise driver game like Jamie Ayres does this season. Alex, I mean, a lot of the time he's put it on pole and run away with it, but obviously it's not the case this time round. Half a second down in qualifying, but look at his race pace though. He's the class of the field this season so far for me.
I agree. Yeah, just start getting those consistent finishes, and actually, I think that's perhaps where he's trying to adapt a little bit, and he'll be right at the front come the end of this season. That's for sure.
McNally's alongside him now then. Just trying to creep ahead. You can see the gap on the battle box though. Now Cooper has the slipstream. That's where the difference is made. He's going to be ahead of McNally any second now. There's the change. McRitchie involved though still. He's done a great job of sticking with these guys for this battle. Jason Cooper slots into second place. Nicely done. Bit of a curb hop from Ayres there. Gets very sideways and now Cooper's going to go for the lead here, Alex. He's got the run. And he's going to have the inside line to turn 1, but that's going to be the outside for turn 2. It's a difficult decision to make, isn't it?
It is. And the Porsche Esports series, we saw actually the outside line that led to the inside of the next corner seemed to be the favourable one in the end to get the moves done. Looks like Ayres may... No, he can't hold on. I thought he had got a bit of an overlap, but decided that... actually was better off defending from McNally behind. Goes in a very, very deep as well, gets the line all wrong, and you can see the momentum that he lost off of there.
Seems to be struggling with the front end, maybe due to contact from earlier. I'll always come back to the fact that I spoke to Steve Hefford about these cars, and he did say that they are made of cracker bread at the front, so one little nudge and they can fall apart and lose a hell of a lot of performance, and we saw that at Belle Isle last week as well. McNally really pushing now for this result. He's had a good drive so far, started 6th, now he's up to 3rd. Pete Van Gool, I must say, up 10 places. Marcelo Pagnon and Luke Cooper up 18 places each. Cesario Rizzo's up 15. Viverke's also up 10 places further down the order. Sorry, he's up 15.
Richie trying to get in there. Look at that, 3 wide now. Those guys went side by side through the chicane. McRitchie got a much better exit. There's not a lot of room out there at all. Late on the brakes, he's going to have to go around the outside of the hairpin, but he will get on the power early. Gets a little nudge from behind as the Excite car there, and actually that worked out quite nicely for him.
Yeah, the Excite team there just sort of bullied their way through. Marcelo Pagnon is dropping down the order after I've just mentioned that. Oh, he's back there. I think he might just have an issue with his internet connection at the moment. The Excite cars though, once again hunting in packs, to quote those boys. And Jamie Ayres there, you can see really struggling down the straight. That's not what we wanted to see for Jamie. But there was a bit of argy-bargy in the hairpin there. Oh, Brian Holmes really deep in there. Oh, Ayres in the wall in the background. I think that's completely written the car off. It seemed to straight line once he hit the wall.
Yeah, he's very slow, so he has got to slow down.
Yeah, something's broken.
Didn't get the best view to try and call that, but must have been pretty hard over the curbs for it to, like you say, to a straight line into the wall of champions there. And
he's a previous champion, so it's very applicable. But now, all this is played into the hands of Jason Cooper. He can just drive away once again in the number 1 machine in position 1. And for any of you that are wondering what the blue and green strips on the left-hand side are for, Alex has kindly brought up a little graphic at the top that does tell you that. Basically, the blue ones are for the Pro category, and the green one for the AMS. It's just determined on pace over the course of a season or throughout qualifying. It's not based on iRating or any other sort of official iRacing performance. And it does work out quite well, to be honest, Alex. I think there's a very good split. Andy Maxwell's been a standout performer for me as well in the AM category. He's leading the way at the moment. He's probably going to be another James St. Ritchie, I think. He may end up as a pro next season because he's done a great job for year 1 racing.
Yeah, just up on screen and just looking at him now. Like I say, got a nice little lead, 2.6 seconds over Carl Yacolet. Carl Hardy behind him, pretty close. You can see that battle just in the background. Very quick look at that, but yeah, great season opener. Going through on the injured and damaged Jamie Ayres. A lot Ayres can do. Oh, look at that car off the hairpin. Jeez.
Drift off the hairpin though, but still giving it everything and making sure that it's entertaining for us back at home.
But up into 8th for Maxwell and actually Holmes and Ashton having a little look. Holmes is going to go through on his teammate.
Yeah,
so going to be able to catch up the 2.2 seconds to Cooper.
Saw the brake lights there from Ashton as he let his teammate in front. They'll just be working together to try and catch him now without disturbing their own momentum. As we look back, Carl Hardy now chasing down Carl Jacolet, so it's the battle of the Carls.
I imagine they're going to get Ayres as well.
Definitely. Ashley Beard joins us in the YouTube chat. Good evening, Ashley. He's in the US at the moment. He's been over to the Indy 500. I hope he's had a absolute belting time. I'm sure it was amazing to watch and witness firsthand. But of course, we all know that the exciting part of his week is going to be watching this instead of driving in it for once, which he'll be able to kick back and watch. So we hope you are enjoying it, Ash.
But that was some experience, actually.
Yeah, indeed. As we see Van Gool now, this is the battle of the blue cars. So we've got Van Gool all over the back of McNally, and then Kip Stevens just waiting in the wings in the background as he does. It's like him. It's like if this is a visual representation of Kip Stevens on Facebook. This he just waits in the wings and then picks up the remains when all the battling's done. I don't think he'll mind me saying that either, to be honest.
Well, actually, I reckon if he gives Van Gogh a little nudge from behind, that's it.
Yeah,
that's Kip. He gives everyone a little nudge to get them going, and then just waits.
Yeah, he'll just rile them up a little bit, and then just sit and watch the reaction, watch the fireworks. Here
we go.
He'll pip Van Gool into this chicane now. Watch him fly into the side of McNally, and then drive off when the way is clear. Not that we're going to promote that, of course. Look at the cutback he's trying to get, though. I hope that works for him, because that would have been a belting manoeuvre. Not quite, but he's going to have the slipstream now.
Definitely a good drive off.
Yeah,
so Van Gogh very close to McNally, though, so should be able to hold him off.
Yeah, that's the thing when you get in the slipstream down a straight like this. If you start off very close to the back of the car in front as you come into the straight, it's not really that much of an advantage. You want to be further away from them so it reels you in more. McNally really struggling with front end damage there. You can see just the speed difference that Van Gool had. It's like taking candy from a baby. That was just, for the last sort of half of the straight, he just breezed past him, Alex. I'm not quite sure whether McNally missed a gear or something there, but it just suddenly was closing massively.
Yeah, looks like he's going to come straight back at him again. Of course, Van Gool can hold this around the outside, so we'll have the inside, but giving it absolutely everything. There's McNally.
Bouncing
still not
around.
Pay off, though, I think. Van Gool has got it done. He'll have the inside for the chicane.
Yeah, nice little move that. Just nice and controlled. Did what he needed to and defended it well. McNally tries to get the overlap. You know, he was giving him only the minimal amount of room that he needed there. But once again, Kip Stevens is just going to be sat watching this. There's quite a big gap around these guys as well, to be fair, Alex. They've got nearly 5 seconds behind and 7.5 seconds ahead. So wasn't really expecting it to spread out that much. You can see just on the track map there that the first 4 are gone at the moment, but even more so gone than that is Jason Cooper, 2.6 seconds up the road from second place, Brian Holmes. But this is a great little scrap between these boys, and they're keeping it nice and clean at the moment. Well, McNally will enjoy this this battle through and through. Oh, Van Gogh a little bit deep in there. McNally gets the run off the corner. Nicely done. Kip Stevens now is going to try the same again, I reckon, here, Alex. He's going to line himself up for a good exit. He's got the time and he's got the space while these boys battle it out. Just got to focus on your own entry and exit. Oh, he goes a bit tight on exit though. I think that loses a bit of momentum for him. But he's going to have the slipstream either way. So is he going to be mad enough to make it 3 wide here? What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, I don't think he will.
No.
He's there's a bit of sensible behaviour somewhere in Kip.
Oh,
and he's the one that keeps on getting those good finishes. Yeah, here we go.
that sneaked up on us. Jason Cooper wins race 1.
Final lap. Jason Cooper to the checkered flag. Ryan the second. That was pretty close, straight behind with McRitchie. But let's have a look. Wow, he should have sent it then, should he, Kip? He should have gone for it 3 wide after all. What's this behind though? This is close. This is Carl Yacolet and Carl Hardy for second in class. And Yacolet holds onto it. It was Andy Maxwell who took the win, by the way, in the AM class.
And Luke Cooper up 20 places in that one. Rizzo up 18 places. Verke up 17. Pannion up 21 places. So fantastic drives from some of those boys there. They didn't qualify, so starting further down, they certainly made the most of it. Jack Ashley will be happy with the podium there as Ralph Cullinan and his teammate Mikey Key across the line. Now, we do want to extend our... that's Stuart Dick. Speaking of extending, that car's not going to be extending anywhere later on this evening. There's Billy Rose as well. I was just going to say we want to extend our best wishes to Mick Barry and his family and friends, of course. Mick has been through a rather major operation this week. He's not racing tonight, of course. We just wish him all the best from everyone at BSR, from ourselves at Apex, the iRacing Esports Network, and of course his teammates as well at Result Clothing, because he's one of the real characters of this series. He helps sort out all the sessions and a lot of the things behind the scenes. So all the best to Mick, and hopefully we'll see him on track again soon as we see Anthony Ainsworth coming across the line now to, I think, be the last car to finish here. Actually, Dave Hampson.
Yeah, Mr. Hampson's still out there. That does not look pretty, does it?
No. Especially because I've got trading paints on and I've not got the right livery on screen for him, so that works out well. Oh!
That's some serious lock there. Look at that. Full on 90 degrees. Have it.
Power steering pump's going to be going mental at him for that. He's going to get it parked ASAP and get out of that thing. And any second now we'll be able to bring you the results of race 1 of 4 this evening. Jason Cooper taking another race 1 win. Very well deserved from the 2 XII racing cars of Brian Holmes and Jack Ashton. Great battle with those boys there. McRitchie bringing it home in 4th. Great result from him. Only 2.5 seconds down off the winner as well in the end. Peter Van Gool 12 seconds back in 5th place, ahead of Adam McNally and Kip Stevens. Andy Maxwell winning the AM category there with Marcelo Pannion 9th. What a drive from him. Carl Yacolet in 10th. Carl Hardy in 3rd. Great scrap from them as well, with Luke Cooper in 12th. Joe McDonald 13th. Jamie Ayres finishing 14th in the end. Jeroen Ursum 15th, with Cesare Rizzo in 16th. Gregory Vranks 17th, and Roy Verke in 18th place. And 2 Belgian drivers there for Team Ultimate Knockhill finishing together. Martin Plowman is 19th. Max Wright rounding out your top 20, ahead of Craig Jones, Adam Delmont, Mikey Key, Ralph Cullinan, and Stuart Dick. Then it's Billy Rose, Scott Malcolm, Anthony Ainsworth, and Dave Hampson, the last car to finish on the lead lap. He was followed home in 30th by Steve Cooley, 5 laps down. Steve Hefford, 8 laps down. Rob Graham, apparently 7 laps down, but finishing behind Steve there, I'm not quite sure. Benjamin Mears is 33rd. Graham Sessford, 34th, after having a very battered car early on. And then, of course, other guys that suffered from that first incident. Craig Cameron and Liam Silkstone there, bringing up the rear of the field from the 38 cars that started. And for the first of 3 occurrences this evening, as we see the other guys that finished 8 laps down, David Ayres and Dale Benison. Thank you, Alex. We should have a reverse grid wheel for the first of 3 occurrences tonight.
Do. This could be.
Jeroen has gone for 15th on the wheel, so we'll see just how well that fares for him. Of course, he is in 15th place, so we'll hope for that for him.
Yeah, no, not very close, I'm afraid. You're 35th.
Okay, so that will mean then that we have a full reverse grid, which will put Dave Hampson on pole position. So that just shows you how important it is to even drag that damaged car across the line. He will start alongside Anthony Ainsworth. Scott Malcolm gets a lucky break and starts 3rd, with Billy Rose in 4th, ironically, in the 444 car. And Stuart Dick will line up 5th on the grid. So if you join Alex and I in about 10-15 minutes' time, we'll be back on the iRacing Esports Network with race 2 of 4 this evening from the BSR MX5 Pro Series. Don't go away.
chair of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMeritt at the line.
Welcome back to Apex Racing TV and the iRacing Esports Network and Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal with the BSR MX5 Pro Series. I'm Chaz Draycott alongside Alex Simpson on the cameras tonight, and we're here for race 2 of 4 this evening. We saw a pretty mixed bag in the first one, Alex, with Jason Cooper getting another win. Conditions seem a bit gloomy again for this one, so do you reckon we'll see quite a similar feat in this one?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm not sure the weather has too much of an impact around here because it's really all about that draft, isn't it, on the back straight and going into these chicanes, which is, no matter what the weather, the guys are going to get that. So I think we're going to see very, very similar race, to be fair. Obviously, quick guys coming through, being able to get those moves done, lots of places to get slipstreams, so it should be easy enough for them to move forward and cream rises to the top and all that sort of stuff. But I'll be interested to see, because it is a pretty reasonable reverse grid. We might see like some random AM drivers get some good results here as well. So, but yeah, I think we're going to be in for another bit of great racing.
Well, hopefully so. The tight and twisty circuit of Montreal has provided a lot of good races over my time in iRacing. I've seen quite a lot of exciting stuff. We even raced the Euro V8 Supercar Series here, and let me tell you, that was an absolutely mental evening. That was. It was a real challenge to get those things around this track. But yeah, these guys, I think a lot of tracks do suit the MX5. It's just that the sort of small amount of power does hinder it along certain circuits that we go to. But stuff like this, where it's start stop, nice short sections and a lot of corners, really, it does suit these cars very, very well. The guys are just... Sorry.
I was just about to say the same thing. Just a couple of minutes left, I think, of the warm-up. Obviously, sorry for the little delay as well to those that are watching, because just had a few issues getting the session loaded up. But yeah, the league admins have done that. And, yeah, we should just be a few moments away from the start of this one.
And fingers crossed, some of these guys that start in the front can stay there. We saw Dave Hampson dragging his MX5 across the line at the end of that one, and it's paid off for him because he's got pole position now for this next race, so he's going to be very, very glad that he went through the pain of dragging that car across the line at the end, because it's really worked out. And the session has just advanced, which means now the drivers will grid up and we'll begin this second race. So Dave Hampson starts on pole position alongside Fury Simsport driver Anthony Ainsworth. They've got Scott Malcolm third with Billy Rose in fourth. Stuart Dick is fifth with Ralph Cullen in sixth. Mikey Key is seventh with Adam Delmont in eighth. Watch out for him in this one. Craig Jones for Result Clothing is ninth. And Max Wright rounds out your top 10 for Team Auto Mechnock Hill. And he's followed by Martin Plowman, Roy Verke, Gregory Vranks, Cesare Rizzo, Jeroen Ursum, Jamie Ayres, Joe McDonald, Luke Cooper, Carl Hardy, and Carl Jacquelet rounds out your top 20. We do apologise to Carl if we've been saying his name wrong throughout the broadcast that we've been doing. But here we go then, as the drivers line up for the second of 4 races tonight, not even halfway through the evening. Plenty of action still to go. Don't forget, of course, you can check out Apex Racing TV on Facebook and Twitch as well. We do stream to both those platforms. We have our own YouTube channel too. You can hopefully catch us there sometime. So for the second time tonight then, the lights are coming on. And they're out very, very quickly indeed. And they're away. Dave Hampson leading the field down turn 1. Oh, that's Stuart Dick got a very slow getaway there. Scott Malcolm doesn't jump the start this time, makes it up into second place. He's got Billy Rose in there with him. Scott keeping second place. Billy Rose trying to fend off Ralph Cullinan now, and his teammate Mikey Key of Result Clothing.
Hampson got an absolute flyer.
Yeah, he's just gone, hasn't he? Absolutely launched it off the line, sorted out turns 1 and 2, got the best exit he could, and away he goes. I'm just trying to have a look. I was going to say look out for Adam Delmont, but Delmont's in the pits. There's a couple of cars in the pit lane. Rob Graham, Liam Silkstone, Marcelo Panion hasn't even started the race, it seems, unfortunately. But yeah, Dave is, well, Ashley Beard says he's got a sneaky feeling Dave's going to win. And, well, if you look at this shot now as they come past us, I agree. He's flying, but there's a great scrap for second place and all the way down to about 10th. And there's a couple more guys scrapping in the midfield. Billy Rose is third. Plenty of air there for Scott Malcolm as he gets 2 wheels over the curb. Here is Pete Van Gool and Carl Jacquelette with Carl Hardy and his teammate Andy Maxwell involved. Andy's going to make it 3 wide and try and get the pair of them there. He's got a great run. That's really cheeky on the left-hand side of them both. He's going to have it done before the hairpin. Can Carl go late on the brakes? He does. Down the inside.
What is going on? My timing screen is lit up red, which usually indicates there's a big crash somewhere.
There's a maybe car the chicane. There's someone round at the hairpin. I saw skid marks.
Let's have a look on the replay. I think it might just be someone checking up, actually. I think they might have all just checked up and...
I think there was a car around on the infield, you know, because there was skid marks. I think, there was a Fury Sim Sports car in front of this.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Oh, no, it was Mikey Key. I apologise. Mikey Key was around and then he gets going again. So, Luke Cooper, though, as you can see from that shot, main beneficiary of that. He gains a lot of positions from it. He's up to 8th overall. Stuart Dick back up to 4th place. He's battling with Ralph Cullinan as they go across the line. Gets it done.
That's better from Stuart. Oh, blown engine. I heard it. Someone popped an engine. I'm not sure where. Oh, dear.
No. That's Mikey Key. Carl Hardy's in there. Pete Van Gool. Jason Cooper's caught up in it. That was Steve Hefford's just jumped back to the pit lane. There he is. I'm gonna guess what happens here. I think someone's gonna blow an engine, and they're gonna try and get out of the way on the right hand side.
I'm gonna try and figure out where the first person was. Sorry for skipping back on the replays to figure out what went on.
Mikey
a bit of a wider shot. There it was. At the end.
Mikey Key's going off all on his own by the look of it. He hits the wall just before his teammate does, and then piles back onto the track. That was a really strange one. I think it was Max Wright in the number 99 car. Here he is then. You'll see Max blows his engine, but watch Mikey Key in the white and black car just in front of them. Oh, it is Mikey, and then they make contact with him as he slows down all of a sudden. I thought it was Max Wright that blew the engine then, and then he's just a sitting duck, and he gets collected by Carl Hardy. McRitchie's in there as well, Jason Cooper, Steve Hefford. They all sort of just collect into one incident, unfortunately. And that's the end of that for a lot of those guys. As we look at race leader Dave Hampson, though, for SimLab, miles out in front at the moment. He's got nearly a 5-second lead now, Alex. He's doing a great job. And there it is on the right. Scott Malcolm, 2nd place. Billy Rose in 3rd, Martin Plowman in 4th. Jamie Ayres just goes to 5th. Oh, Billy Rose and Plowman are side by side now. Cullinan has just been overtaken by Ayres in the background. Plowman late on the brakes. Nicely done in the Fury Sim Sports car. 2 wheels there for Billy Rose. Oh, a bit sideways on exit. Jamie Ayres is going to get the run here. Jamie Ayres is having a great race so far, Alex. 11 places gained. Adam McNally's gained 16. Craig Cameron, the biggest mover in the field, 18 places gained. He's up to 27th for Northern Lights Racing. Brilliant stuff.
Definitely how iRacing should show the sort of the class and levels, you know? Because it's fine to have like a C and things like that, but, you know, a C 3.0k is actually a pretty impressive rating, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, an A 3.3, there's not an awful lot of difference between Ayres and Plowman, to be fair. You know?
Definitely not.
And it really is probably just a case of Plowman. It's just he's happy doing the cars that he's racing, doesn't want to do his MPR in the official series, but very good, you know, talented driver. And actually, when you just see like C 4.99 or something like that, you don't get a true realization to how, you know, accomplished the driver is. So
yeah,
I think that's the way they should do it.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. It's Stuart Dick and Ralph Cullinan making contact there. That was that was a focusing moment for the pair of them. And 3 wide now, Ralph Cullinan. McNally. McNally's in the wall on the left-hand side. Well, on our right, but the circuit's left. There's contact.
I got it stopped. Somehow he got it stopped.
That was Pannion, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Pannion. So he's a back marker, so he just got himself out of the way, didn't he?
Yeah, that could have been a nasty accident there, going onto the grass. That could have been a real ding-dong for these boys.
I think that's kind of why he come over to the left that it was on our screen, but to the right for him, and just got it out of the way.
Definitely. The Excite cars still hunting in packs as well. They're back together. It's Ashton, McNally and Holmes. We'll look at Adam McNally now then through the chicane. Ashton just missing that very infamous wall of champions. But McNally's got front end damage on that car and he's struggling down the straight. It's really kicking up a bit. Ralph Cullinan really getting his elbows out tonight. That car's all over the place. down the inside goes for Verke. Sorry, Gregory Franks. That's one automatic car on a V. I just thought it was for Verke. Cullinan there as well, just ahead of the two of them now, and out Stuart Dick and Gregory Franks side by side. Fastest lap of the race for Jason Cooper despite that incident. He's down in 19th place. There's his brother Luke Cooper in the 35 car, the white, blue and red Swift Cooper eSports car. You can see the positions gained on the left hand side. Craig Cameron 18 places, fantastic drive. Jamie Ayres second at the moment, 14 places gained. Now he's ahead of Martin Plowman. What a battle this is, Alex. This is really shaping up to be a feisty on this.
Yeah, anything could happen at any second, I think, here. There's not a lot of room to react. Could have another big one here if we're not careful. Worth pointing out as well, the driver with the most points or positions gained as well gets bonus points in this championship as well. So, you do get rewarded for making lots of overtakes.
Oh, I think there was contact between Rose and Cullinan there. Cullinan's not scared of getting stuck in this race by the look of it. Luke Cooper there is trying to get involved. There's 3 wide there with Ashton and Franks. Franks, I think, got a slowdown actually. He was very slow compared to the others. Ashton down the inside, Cullinan's there. There's contact. Ashton's front end gets a bit damaged there on the front left, but it actually pointed him further inside the hairpin. It probably worked out a little bit for him there actually, Alex. It's a bit of a strange way how that worked out, but they're still fighting away. None of these boys giving an inch here. There's even more cars battling behind them as well. Billy Rose will be absolutely cacking it, looking in his rearview mirror, as he seems to be slowing down on the right hand side actually. I'm not sure whether he has had a slowdown for something. He's earlier on the brakes. I think he's just letting Stuart Dick go here. He's just running away with it. Cooper a bit wide on the exit of the chicane as well. Holds up Cullinan.
Oh, that's slow down.
Yeah, that is Billy Rose. Real shame for him to lose all them places. Oh, there's contact there with McNally and Stevens. And I think that was Craig Cameron on their left-hand side who nearly got turned around because of that. There's the Automet Not Kill cars here behind Cullinan, and he's really, really defending well at the moment. Brian Holmes is through.
Scott Malcolm, the fastest lap. Just keeps getting quicker.
He's just absolutely nailing it, isn't he? 154.7. I can't see anyone else on the timing screen that's in the 54s. Everyone, no, not even anyone else really in the 55s. Jamie Ayres and Dave Hampson, the 2 race leaders for SimLab, they're 55s, but they're 0.8 at the moment. Everyone that I see on 55s is 0.8 or above, so absolutely amazing. Oh, I tell a lie, Adam Delmont, 55.0. I can see Jack Ashton's off on the right. Oh, there's more contact coming out the corner. I think that's Marcelo Panion, is it? On the right hand side? It is Panion. He's really getting a bit overly involved for a back marker, if you ask me, Alex. I'm not sure he should be getting in these fights. I know he's got the pace, but here is Ashton and Stuart Dick then. Oh, a bit of contact and Ashton is around. That was a tiny little touch, but it really upset the car. Oh, and Cullinan gets caught by the Automet car coming back on, actually. So it wasn't Panion's fault. I think Panion was just avoiding it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I do apologise, Marcelo. I did jump to a conclusion. Stevens jumps into the conclusion at the back of the car in front of him there. Dave Hampson, though, look at this guy. Flying away, 7.6 seconds to Jamie Ayres. What a great drive he's having. It might not be the most exciting races for him up front, but he's doing everything he needs to do at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, don't know about you, but I quite enjoy these ones, when you know that you can have an epic battle and actually it just all unfolds behind you until they just let you scamper away. So much fun.
That's how I won my only league race in the Kia Club Series years ago. I was in the lead after a few corners, and then the other guys were just fighting behind me and helped me win, which I'm very grateful for still to this day. As we see Brian Holmes and Stuart Dick having a good scrap here. Brian now on the inside for turn 2. Luke Cooper's going to try and go through as well. He's got the overlap. Keeps it over to the right hand side. They kick up a bit of dust as they go over the grass. And he backs, well, I was going to say he backs out of the move. He certainly doesn't. Oh, nearly contacted. I don't know how he saved that then. He drives Formula Fords most of the time, does Luke Cooper, so he knows about car control and something that's not got a lot of downforce on it. So that probably helped him in that scenario there. Great save. And of course, even better to make sure that the two of them didn't end up in the wall and in an accident, I suppose.
They're able to come back. Obviously, we're only on. I say we're only on. We're already on lap 6 of 8, so it's going to catch us out quite quick. You don't realise actually the kind of how long this circuit is. You're used to it being like you think of it as like a minute 15 lap.
Yeah,
because of
Formula 1 cars, yeah.
And the sort of speeds that they're getting through it. But it's actually a really long circuit, so when you're in the MX5s and that, it's, they're not doing many laps in these 15-minute sprint races.
No, definitely not. Jamie Ayres still hasn't completely got away from Martin Plowman here. Of course, the slipstream will be helping him here. And it's nice to have this battle box in the bottom right corner, because there's things I didn't realise about some of these drivers. Hampson is 5.8k I rating.
Yeah.
And, I mean, no offence to him, but I'd never have put it down like that. But this is the thing, there's a lot of these drivers, I mean, you see, I mean, obviously like yourself, Alex, as World Championship drivers that are around the sort of 5 to 7k mark, would you say? Maybe, well, 5 and above, let's say.
Yeah, I'm 5.8k. You know,
well, there you go then. And I don't know. You just sort of see that as a complete other level, and then in my head, everyone else is just 2,000 or less, and that's it. There's no grey area. But it's amazing to see that there are so many of these drivers out there that are around that I rating. And I mean, look at them battle together. You wouldn't know the difference, like you were saying before, between Ayres and Plowman, who we see on screen here. Obviously, Plowman's safety rating is only a C licence, but Jamie Ayres, of course, A licence. But at the end of the day, their I ratings are very similar, so just shows you the pace that they have. I think I rating is a good measure of pace, but as you probably know, some people do tend to, in inverted commas, farm it sometimes and join races where they know they may win and get an easy job, but it doesn't always work out like that. So it's a bit of a gambling situation, isn't it? Really. Sure, iRacing wouldn't want me calling it that, and I'm not saying that it is officially gambling, but you've got to take the risk. I think that's the best way to put it.
That's it. When you change, like when you're in a car that you love, you can build up that rating, but as soon as you switch to something else, it's completely different kettle of fish. You're up against people who are very familiar with it as well, and this is why I think there's a bit of a debate on the iRacing forums, for per car iRating and things like that, because you might get a 5.8k driver in one car, but totally not in the other. I mean, take me for an example. I would say I'm easy a 5.8k driver in the McLaren F1 car, but I'm about a 3k driver in a GTE car. So
yeah, well, it's. I mean, even with let's look at NASCAR Peak Anti-Freeze champion Ray Alfala. Ray joined us in the BSR TC Pro Series for almost a full season, and even I overtook him, and that's embarrassing. Let's face it. But on multiple occasions, he's the best in the world when it comes to the NASCAR side of things. So I can see that being an advantage. I can see why people would call for that. It's just, I think people would want to be. It'd get a bit it'd have what we call the RuneScape effect, where people just try and level up everything, and then just try and show off numbers. So.
Slow down for Rose.
I was just going to say, there's a race going on, isn't there? Billy Rose gets a slow down at the chicane, unfortunately. This is Kip Stevens and James McRitchie having a fantastic fight for 11th and 12th place. Adam Delmont is in there as well.
White flag is out as well, just to let you know.
Fly by, don't they? It's unreal. This is a great scrap between these boys. James McRitchie really looking feisty at the moment. Stevens struggling with a bit of front end damage as well. There's literally nothing between them as he comes through to the left-hander. McRitchie looking down the inside. Stevens gives him only the amount of room he needs, and now that's not worked out for McRitchie because Delmont's on the right-hand side. He's got an overlap on Stevens as well now, I think, so this could work out very well for Adam Delmont. He doesn't have the overlap on Stevens, actually. McRitchie's sort of pushing him down the straight. He's earlier on the brakes to make sure he doesn't push him. Stevens runs deep. There's contact with Delmont, and McRitchie's the winner out of all of that. There's more contact between Stevens and Delmont on exit. And they've both lost out there to Carl Jacquelet, as we see Plowman and Ayres still fighting to the line then. Sorry, Plowman and Holmes, I do apologise. Jamie Ayres has broken away, but here is who's going to be a very deserving race winner. Dave Hampson out the final corner, lights to flag. He's got no reason to be unhappy with that. What a brilliant drive. Jamie Ayres will be happy with second place after his disappointment in race 1.
1-2 for SimLab.
Yeah, very important for those boys.
Holmes made up some serious ground as well. Plus 25 spots. That's impressive.
What a great drive from Brian Holmes. He's another one, 5.3 thousand I rating. Very, very talented driver. Stuart Dick finishes 5th ahead of Luke Cooper. Scott Malcolm, he wins the AM category in that one. Very, very well done. You can see Jack Ashton has given us something new for our overlay here, which is we do have some driver images that they can they can pop onto the overlay. He does race in an MG Metro that is bright purple and is genuinely an amazing bit of kit. Seen a lot of videos and pictures of it out on track. Do check out Jack's Facebook if I'm pretty sure he has quite a lot of updates on there about it. But another great race there, Alex. Plenty of action all the way through, but it was nice to see a runaway winner. I can't remember words out. A runaway winner there. There's Rizzo real trouble with that car. That's very, very.
That must have been across the line, I think. Somebody else in the ball just after that as well. So
shame for an incident to occur then. But yeah, that was a very sort of mixed bag, that one. But yeah, nice to see someone run away with it, really, because it does happen in motorsport, and it's good to see that can translate to iRacing, as we see that's Liam Silkstone in what I've got on my screen is a very lovely Castrol-based livery.
Yep, I would agree.
But it's not got number boards on it, and that really bothers me. But that's because I've got OCD. So, any moment now, we should have the results. I don't see anybody that hasn't crossed the line yet. And there's confirmation that everyone is across the line. 1-2 for SimLab, very well deserved. Dave Hampson takes the win. Jamie Ayres in second place. It's another podium for XI iRacing, with Fury Simsport driver Martin Plowman in fourth. Stuart Dick is in fifth place. Luke Cooper in sixth, with Scott Malcolm winning the AM category in seventh. Jack Ashton is eighth. Gregory Franks, good showing in ninth in the number 9 car. Jason Cooper rounds out your top 10. What a brilliant drive he had as well. How many places did he gain in that one? 19 places. James McRitchie is in 11th with Kip Stevens 12th. Joe McDonald is 13th. Craig Cameron 14th. Billy Rose is in 15th with David Ayres in 16th. Adam McNally is 17th. And Roy Viverke is 18th for Team Automech Knock Hill. We're getting multiple guesses in on how many are on the wheel at the moment. Jeroen Ursum is 19th, Steve Cooley 20th, Rob Graham 21st, Adam Delmont 22nd. He must have dropped down on that last lap then after that incident with Kip Stevens. Andy Maxwell is 23rd, Carl Jackalette 24th, Cesare Rizzo 25th, followed by Benjamin Mears, Anthony Ainsworth, Pete Van Gool, and Liam Silkstone, the last car on the lead lap. Max Wright was 2 laps down. So was Marcelo Panion. Ralph Cullinan was 4 laps down. Mikey Key 6. Steve Hefford also 6 laps down after that incident coming into turn 1. They're followed by Craig Jones and Carl Hardy for Result Clothing. They were also in that incident as well. And I believe that is everyone for the field in that one. It certainly is. We had 38 in the first one, so we've had 2 stragglers drop off in between races there, Alex.
Yeah, it does sometimes happen. I think with the session taking so long.
Yeah, it's tea time for some people. But no, you do get that. It's just one of those things. I suppose it's at the end of the day, it is a hobby. So people have to try and commit enough time to it as they can. And, it's not always the way that everyone can do an entire race meeting. I'm just thinking now, that was probably one of the first times in a while that we've not seen a Swift Cooper Esports car on the podium, actually. They've obviously had Jason Cooper win race 1 and do an amazing job with that, but yeah, not quite going his way in that one. We should have, for the second time tonight, the reverse grid wheel, Alex, if you would do the honours.
Indeed we are. I'm ready. Poised to press the button. Here we go.
So we've had your own Master 20, Joe McDonald thinks 25, even our very own Marco Barbanera. Hello, Marco. He's guessed -2, so full grid -2. For anyone that doesn't know, you've got to be on 1 lap down.
Who said 25?
It was Joe McDonald.
Well, he's the winner. Winner, chicken dinner.
And the overall winner from that would be Cesare Rizzo, who will start on pole position alongside Carl Jackalette. Andy Maxwell will be 3rd on the grid, and Adam Delmont will be 4th. So Adam's going to be one to watch again for this one, with Rob Graham in 5th place in the number 22 car. So if you join me and Alex on the iRacing Esports Network in about 10-15 minutes' time, we'll bring you the 3rd of 4 races from Montreal and the BSR MX5 Pro Series. Don't go away.
Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMary at the line.
Welcome back to Apex Racing TV, the iRacing Esports Network, and Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve for the third race tonight of the BSR MX5 Pro Series. We're only a couple of seconds away from the start, so I'm going to have to fly through this very quickly. We've got Cesare Rizzo on pole with Carl Jacquelet, Andy Maxwell and Adam Delmont make up the second row. Rob Graham is 5th with Steve Cooley 6th, Jeroen Ursum 7th, Roy Ververke 8th, Adam McNally 9th, and David Ayres in 10th. And I'll fly down the rest of them. We've got Billy Rose, Craig Cameron, Joe McDonald, Kip Stevens, James McRitchie, Jason Cooper, Gregory Franks, Jack Ashton, Scott Malcolm, Luke Cooper, Stuart Dick, Martin Plowman, Brian Holmes, Jamie Ayres, Dave Hampson, Benjamin Mears, Anthony Ainsworth, Peter Van Gogh, Liam Silkstone, Max Wright, Marcelo Panion, Ralph Cullen, and Mikey Key, Steve Hefford, Craig Jones, and Carl Hardy. Making another 36-car grid here, Alex. Who's your pick for this one, do you reckon?
Oh, I mean, Delmont's got a good chance. McNally's right there as well. Not to rule out some of the AMs as well. Andy Maxwell's showed some good speed tonight, so maybe Andy Rizzo if he can get away from the pack at the start.
And the lights are out, away they go then. Very tame start this time, no one jumping it. Looks like Jacquelet's got a really good launch actually. He stayed very, very close with Cesare Rizzo into turn 1. Obviously the favoured line on the inside. Look at that commitment down the inside there though from Jacquelet. Very nicely done, and he's going to get the run off the corner. Rizzo goes wide and into the lead. There's Carl Jacquelet, very nicely done. That opens the door to Adam Delmont now, who's going to come down the inside. It's the battle of the bright green wheels and roll cages with Rizzo and Delmont. Delmont gives him plenty of room. Oh, lovely little cutback behind them as well by Rob Graham, making the move on Andy Maxwell.
It's hard to tell, isn't it, here at I'm sure, because sometimes you get that little netcode sort of like hit, don't you, unfortunately, where it appears that they've struck the wall, but they just don't quite do it as they get so close.
The guys filter their way through then. Delmont still side by side with Rizzo now. Looks like Scott Malcolm is at the back of the field there, unfortunately, on the map you can see. Plenty of air from Delmont, bit of contact as Rizzo runs wide on the entrance. Rob Graham's going to benefit from that brilliantly. Down the inside he goes. That's going to become the outside at the hairpin now. Now it's just a battle of seeing if he can keep the momentum around the outside of Rizzo and get a good exit off the corner. It's not worked out for him, of course, though. Delmont down the inside as well now. He's got some of the year 1 boys, and I believe that's Adam McNally in 6th place. He's gained 3 places already. And the Excite car, look at the field filtering through in the background as well. All over the place. You get used to the liveries that much, so that some of them just blend into one massive image eventually, don't they? There's so many of these guys.
I tell you what, it is amazing how up the inside, Rob Graham's absolutely sending it on Rizzo. What a great move. Go on, Rob.
That was belting. That really chucked it over the curb. I was just thinking then, please don't get a slowdown, because that was fantastic. Adam Delmont's got the run now, though. Is he going to try and go down the inside? Jacquelet running away at the front. But that was awesome commitment from Rob. What are you saying there? Sorry, Alex, before Rob interrupted us.
No, I'm just saying, with the views that we get, some of the shots that we get with this massive grid and stuff like that, you know, it's just great. Considering this was just a little fun series, and I've said it before, really there just to feed the BSR TC back in the day, really. It was like get a bit of light relief, wasn't it? And now it's a full-blown championship with massive grids as well. It's great.
Yeah, they often get grids similar to or bigger than the BSR TC at the moment, and there's really fierce competition going on in this all the way throughout, and especially the AM Championship, that's sort of overflowed into its own little Monday night series as well, so it really shows us how strong it's been. Joe McDonald is dropping down the order. I'm sure there's a joke about Happy Meal in there somewhere, but he's going to be caught up in some sort of incident because it was a very sudden drop of places. Sounded like there's a bit more contact there as well. I don't know whether that was just sort of background noise from what was going on with Joe McDonald further down the order. But Jacquelet and Graham, though, 2 AMs at the front at the moment. They've both overtaken Cesare Rizzo. And McNally is now the highest placed pro driver ahead of his teammate Adam Delmont. Adam just not having the smoothest of evenings tonight. He's had 2 incidents so far from what I can see. There's a couple of guys dropping down the order at the back of the pack here, Alex. We've got Mikey Key, Carl Hardy, Ralph Cullen, and there's Ainsworth off on a little adventure on the inside of the hairpin. I think something may have happened. Yeah, there's cars stationary coming in towards the hairpin. I think that is Ralph Cullinan. Oh wow.
Yeah.
that was one of the Excite cars, and yeah, Carl Hardy, Ralph Cullinan, Silkstone's in there as well. Gregory Franks here, we're getting in with Craig Jones and Dave Hampson. Real shame for those boys to get caught up there, just getting going again. Here is Rob Graham and Carl Jacquelet for the race lead then. Jacquelet obviously losing quite a lot of ground on that lap. Rob into the back of him into turn 2. Jamie Ayres fastest lap of the race, 55.6, but this is going to bring McNally and Rizzo into this battle as well now. Jacquelet's going to try and run away while Graham tries to fend off these boys. It's going to be so close. We're on board with Rizzo now. Very bright green roll cage. Oh, he takes a lot of the track on the inside there. Hopefully he doesn't get a slowdown for it. He does. Really unfortunate there for Rizzo. He was having such a great scrap. We go on board with the unmistakable light blue roll cage of Adam McNally on the Excite iRacing car. Look at the correction on the exit as the back end steps out. He's chasing down Rob Graham. This could be a good chance for a 1-2 here for Excite, because they've got McNally and Delmont 3rd and 4th. Rizzo is now down in 6th, and then 8th is going to be Jason Cooper, so he's going to be their nearest challenger. There is Rob Graham, still defending very hard, and we say it each time we see Rob on here, Alex. He's, well, he'll take on anybody in a fight in this series, won't he? Well, in any series that he's in.
Yeah, puts his car on that inside. Always seems to manage to get the braking just right. Rarely does he overcook it. So, just you kind of know what you get with Rob. Doesn't quite get the exit there. Unfortunately, he's going to have to go in, tuck into that slipstream. Delmont, of course, wants that, and I think I would have thought McNally would have moved over. There he is, trying to help his teammate out. Keep swapping to try and help Delmont get alongside Rob there.
Yeah, it's just about trying to play the team game. Wow, Rob is late.
Sorry, Rob. No. That was, yeah.
That's not on.
You sing your praises when you need it, but when you get it wrong, I'm afraid, yeah, that was just absolutely lousy.
Yeah, I mean, that was probably one of the longest lasting commentators' curses I've ever given, really, saying that McNally could have a chance to win, and then like half a lap later he gets turned around. But you know, like say, and he's, well, to be fair, I think Cooley may have turned in on Rob a little bit though. He didn't really leave the room. It wasn't as late on Rob in that one, but yeah, real shame there. McRitchie, fastest lap of the race, you can see on the lefty screen there, or you could anyway, 154.8. But this is sort of becomes what we get in race 3 and 4 as some of the guys overlap in their pace and try and make their way through the field. We do get the odd incident, but like you say, a little bit shoddy there from Rob Graham, unfortunately. Kip Stevens down the inside of one of the Year 1 boys. That was Andy Maxwell. How he got that stopped so well, I don't know, but that was a brilliant move from Kip Stevens, that.
I was about to say, he sent that in there as well, didn't he? So, battling away.
That was a nice little move, though. He got it stopped and on the apex very, very well.
So struggling. I thought he would do well, to be honest, at the front of this one, but it just seems to be slowly dropping back. Hasn't had the pace that he was showing in the earlier races.
Bit of a check up there with Billy Rose and Jeroen Ursum involved. Jamie Ayres making his way through the field behind them. He's up 11 places. Biggest mover in this race so far as well. 3 drivers have gained 10 places. That's Benjamin Mears, Peter Van Gool and Craig Jones. There is Ayres around the outside of Ursum. I think Ursum may have got a slow down there actually, because he was very slow coming into the hairpin. Look at the momentum that Ayres carried out there as well. Great exit. And Martin Plowman's going to go, oh, there's Anthony Ainsworth out. That looks like quite a serious accident. You can see some of the cars getting repaired in the pits there. Let's see what happened here. Oh, he's just slow on the apex there, and Cooper just wasn't expecting it, unfortunately. And, as it clips the wall,
that's spin it around, yeah, and then obviously got some damage from it.
That's going to write the thing off. Steve Hefford, another one out of this race, unfortunately. But Carl Jacquelet's still leading this race, doing a great job so far. It's probably a good thing we know how to pronounce his name properly now, not have our different ways of going about it, because he's getting more airtime at the moment, defending from Delmont and Cooper. Jason Cooper, though, you've got to say a word about him. He's managed to get back up there at the sharp end once again over the course of the evening. Alex, look at the pace Delmont's carrying. It's going to be a case of when, not if, I think, here.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Always Cooper, though.
Cooper, I was going to say Cooper. Maybe having a little look here. Don't normally see this sort of second chicane as the particularly good overtaking opportunity, but what a great exit from Delmont. Surely he's got this done. He's got the inside line as well. This really should just hand it to him. Just get a good brake here. On the brakes, car has a little wiggle. Cooper also putting Carl under some pressure. That can't hold on.
Viveke just dropped down the order as well, by the way. Rob Graham now, though, he's right behind these boys. I was just about to say, the wise thing Jacqueline could do is just let them go and let them have their own battle as Cooper goes to the inside for the race lead. And he goes back to the front. Rob Graham, oh, he tips Jacqueline, he straightens him up. Oh no, Carl's around and in the wall. Oh, real shame there for Jacqueline. He was doing such a great job leading the race. And once again, my commentator's curse strikes about half a lap later. Let's have another look at it then. So you can see Rob late on the brakes, turns in. I don't know how to call that one, if I'm honest with you. Jacqueline does turn in, he turns in late.
Didn't cover. Yeah, he didn't really cover the line. Rob sort of was there. There was perhaps a little bit of room. There maybe wasn't a bit of room. So, honestly,
yeah.
I think you'd call that a racing incident.
Yeah, I think we should really. With the hairpin as well, of course, it's the lines very much sort of compress and cross over each other. It's easy to have contact there. Look at this gaggle through the midfield. This is brilliant. It's Andy Maxwell then ahead of Ploughman, McNally here. Just ahead of them is Craig Cameron. Then it's Rizzo, Ez, Stevens, Cooley as well. Massive gaggle of cars. They're all so close together, all with varying levels of damage on the cars, of course. But what a snake this is. Ploughman there in the middle with McNally right behind him. Oh, he's caught Maxwell. Maxwell's got a slow exit off there. McNally nowhere to go. Nearly 3 wide going around there into the left-hander now. Oh, Ploughman's had it too much on the throttle into the wall. McRitchie, nice little switch back there. Goes from the outside to the inside. Tries to have off McNally. Doesn't quite work. He's going to try to cut back again as they leave the right-hander. Great example of some of the fantastic racecraft these boys have here. Ploughman's going to be gutted on that. He was just on the throttle for too long around that right-hander, it seems. And he's just let it drift wide into the wall. McRitchie gets it done around McNally. Fantastic commitment there. And he's going to try and line up Maxwell now for this hairpin, Alex. Brilliant stuff.
No, not with a very good exit at all. Could put himself under pressure. But actually, his teammate Ashton, he's the one that's going to have a go on Ploughman. Ploughman sees him coming, gives him a little bit of room, bit of damage. Get a better exit on the wide line, of course, but will he get the draft? He does.
Nicely done. It's all about strategy with these things, really. I mean, we've said it before that when there's a track where there's slipstream involved, you have to just make sure that no matter what you do over the course of a lap, if you are chasing someone, you line yourself up for a good exit. McRitchie's going to go down the inside of Cameron here. Oh, Craig Cameron gets mugged off down the straight, unfortunately. Maxwell goes one side. Oh, McRitchie goes the other, just about saves it.
Cameron didn't want any part of that 3 wide into that chicane. And I don't blame him, to be honest. Someone else will slow down. Got to be a slowdown if you're braking on the main straight. But yeah, Maxwell, he seems to be fighting back. He was down 7 places earlier from the start. He's only down 6 now, so this race is getting on, getting a bit more into it. Could pick up a place or two. Of course, only have 2 laps to go.
Yeah, it's just another race that flies by, and we've seen all the brilliant action that we wanted, but sometimes I wish these races were a little bit longer, if I'm honest with you. This snake of cars still racing away. Rob Graham leading the AM category at the moment, up in 3rd place. Jamie Ayres in 4th, 20 places gained. What a drive.
Cooley around.
Oh, no, he is.
I'm trying to click on him, but I can't find him. There he is.
Oh, don't reverse onto the racing line.
Oh, too late.
Luckily, David Ayres saw him. Peter Van Gool just about missed him. Real shame for Steve Cooley there. He was right in the midst of it. Let's have a look, see whether he did it on his own. It's easy to unsettle the car coming through there. Yeah, as he's clipped the curb, just goes around. Luckily, no one hit him though, because that could have really sort of set off a chain reaction and quite a big incident. There's James McRitchie in 6th place. He's gained 9 places so far. He's going to go chasing after Kip Stevens and Jamie Ayres. But Stevens doing what we keep saying, Alex. He's just sort of consistently getting good results and just racking up that points tally at the moment. It's in the background. Maxwell tries to make a move on Rizzo.
And does. So Maxwell making places in the penultimate lap. So 7th place now. It's net 4 lost for the race. So like you say, he's coming back through. Not sure he's got any more places on him, but should be able to hold off Rizzo here.
I reckon so. See what you can do.
Spoke much about this man.
Yeah,
It's a strong race for him.
Leading the way for the second race tonight as well. Normally, if people get 2 race wins, you usually see it in races like 1 and 4. You know, they just sort of gradually, like you say, cream rises to the top in the last race. But there are our top 3. Delmont second, Rob Graham in third.
Another good race for Ayres, up 20 spots, you know.
Yeah, he's flying, isn't he? He's doing a great job. McRitchie is chasing down Stevens here and making ground on him. He's only got half a lap left. Oh, Stevens a bit out of shape there as the car hobbles around. And there's that fantastic battle behind Maxwell, Plowman, Rizzo, Cameron, McNally, Ashton, Rose and Stuart Dick, I believe, is still just at the back of it.
Plowman with a great exit as well. Got the inside.
Andy Maxwell there you can see with the Nigel Mansell helmet on. Fair play. There it is, just in the mirror. And yeah, Plowman gets it done. Maxwell leaving plenty of room, nice and respectful racing. You can see the little discount code there on the inside of the Sunstrip from the Year 1 Racing boys. Nice little, that's perfect placed advertising if you ask me, Alex. Not many people know you can paint the inside of the windscreen banner on the MX5, but there you go, and there's a great way to use it. As Andy Maxwell chases him down. But it's going to be Jason Cooper that is going to take his second win of the evening in just 3 races. And it's very well deserved, I think you'd say, Alex.
Yeah, indeed. Just glides over those curbs through the final chicane.
Very well
We
done.
Celebrate. Well done to Cooper. Great race. Delmont with a good one as well. Rob Graham get third. I think he might get a penalty, unfortunately, from that one. But still, he's got the points, like the podium credits, you know, for the showdown. So worth doing.
Yeah, definitely.
Did I just advocate that? Maybe not. Maybe not worth doing, but a good run. Sorry, that's what I meant.
I nearly agreed then, just out of habit. But there we go.
Alex never talks nonsense. Yeah, go on.
yeah, we'll go with that. Brilliant, love it. We love a bit of argy-bargy in the BSR MX5 Pro Series. Just go for it, lads. And there's Craig Jones absolutely going for it behind Steve Cooley at the air. Well, 3 races down, Alex, and the mayhem has begun in this one. So we'll have to see what lies in store. Silkstone there with a lightweight front end on his MX5.
2 races, we've had to sort of wait for him to come around, so he's not having the best of evenings, is he, at all?
Getting the airtime, though, he'll be happy with that. Castrol are getting some free advertising out of it. Not that I should highlight that, but you know. Yeah. It's coming down the back straight into
Other oil suppliers are available.
Yes, they certainly are. Oh, do you remember Engine Oil Direct that did the BSR TC?
Yes.
Oh, that seems like forever ago. Liam Silkstone then, with the very downforce dependent front end on his Mazda MX-5, will be crossing the line in just a moment into the final chicane, taking not an ideal line on the way in. Make sure he stays clear of those nasty curbs. Gets his foot down, and across the line he will go to finish 27th in that one. And you never know, that could work out as a reverse grid pole, to be fair, Alex, so it's worth doing. We'll have to see just what happens when...
we saw that at the end of race 1 and race 2, didn't we? So
yeah, very true. And for the third time tonight, there are your race results. Jason Cooper takes his second win of the evening, ahead of Adam Delmont. Rob Graham winning the AM category and rounding out the podium. Jamie Ayres 4th place with James McRitchie in 5th. Kip Stevens, another good result, in 6th. Martin Plowman 7th. Andy Maxwell in 8th, with Adam McNally in 9th. Billy Rose rounding out your top 10 for Northern Lights Racing. Cesario Rizzo is 11th with Stuart Dick in 12th. Jeroen Ursum 13th. Max Wright 14th. Benjamin Mears in 15th. Jack Ashton is 16th. 17th is Dave Hampson with David Ayres in the 666 result clothing car in 18th place. Followed home by Joe McDonald in 19th, Luke Cooper 20th. Then it's Steve Cooley, Craig Jones, Carl Jacqueline. Real shame to see Carl drop out of the lead. I really do hope he has a good race 4. Peter Van Gool is 24th. Gregory Vranks is 25th with Craig Cameron and Liam Silkstone, as we saw there, in 27th. Roy Verke is actually eligible for the reverse grid, being just 1 lap down. And then behind him was Scott Malcolm, Anthony Ainsworth, Steve Hefford, Marcelo Panion, Brian Holmes, Ralph Cullinan, Mikey Key, and Carl Hardy rounding out your field in 36th place. And I believe now will be the time for the final time tonight, actually, Alex, the reverse grid wheel.
Indeed it is. A few guesses coming in. Marco going for 50 again, another 20 from Joe, who's going to be a bit smaller, 15 from your own, so stuck with that for a bit tonight. Right, here we go. I missed 15, 45, looks like it's going to be 30. And indeed it is.
That will mean then that we do have a reverse grid. So Roy Viverke will be on pole position. Liam Silkstone, though, gets a front row start, so he's got a chance to show us what he's worth in this one. Craig Cameron will start third, Gregory Franks will be fourth, and Pete Van Gool will be fifth. Now, we've seen Pete up at the front of the grid for quite a lot of races, and he's always had pretty bad luck with incidents, so fingers crossed this one goes well. I've probably just cursed the life out of it, but if you join me and Alex on the iRacing Esports Network in about 10-15 minutes' time, we'll see just how well that goes, so don't go away. Welcome back to Apex Racing TV and the iRacing Esports Network, and the final race tonight of the BSR MX5 Pro Series from Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve. The practice session has just advanced to the race session, so for the fourth and final time tonight, we will be taking to the grid, and the number 4 car is on pole for race 4. That's Roy Ververke, alongside Liam Silkstone. Craig Cameron is 3rd, with Gregory Franks in 4th. Peter Van Gool is 5th. Carl Jacquelet is 6th. Craig Jones is 7th, with Steve Cooley joining him on row 4 in 8th. And you've got Luke Cooper and Joe McDonald rounding out your top 10. Then it's David Ayres of Result Clothing alongside Dave Hampson in 12th, followed by Jack Ashton, Benjamin Mears, Max Wright, Jeroen Ursum, Stuart Dick, Cesare Rizzo, Billy Rose, and Adam McNally rounds out your top 20. The rest of the drivers will scroll through on your screen shortly. No, they won't. Alex, we've not seen too much chaos tonight. A couple of incidents here or there, but it's been relatively clean for such a narrow track. Do you reckon we'll get the same here?
Final race of the night. Yeah, I mean, I think we've already had the big ones, to be fair. So I think this one will be similar, but perhaps not quite as bad as what we saw in race 2 and 3.
Well, he said it. They're away. Roy Ververke leads them then. Heading down to turn 1. Silkstone has got a real chance to prove himself here in the little Castrol liveried MX5 on the left of your screen. I believe it's one of his first race meetings tonight in the championship. Oh, he's gone hot into there. Oh, and he's hit Ververke. There's one way to prove yourself. Ververke's facing backwards. Is anyone going to hit him? Yes.
Yes.
That is Anthony Ainsworth, I believe, that's gone into him there. Not too many caught up in that, actually, though. I was expecting that to unfold into a bigger incident. That means Gregory Franks, who started 4th on the grid, is now in the lead ahead of Craig Cameron, Peter Van Gool, Carl Jacquelet, Craig Jones. Silkstone is in 6th. David Ayres is falling down the order. Not sure whether he might have got a slow down. Doesn't seem like there's anything else kicking off behind him. Gregory Franks, though, is really handy in a GT3 car, but just as we were saying before, Alex, doesn't mean he's handy in an MX5, so we'll have to see how he holds on to this one.
Yeah, right under the cosh, Craig Cameron from the Northern Lights Racing team was behind him. Peter Van Gool as well. We know how quick Van Gool's been this evening, so right there, up 2 places already, so good start from Van Gool. So got a lot of competition out there already.
Yeah, he certainly has. And the Automate Knock Hill driver will be keeping an eye on his mirrors, of course, to make sure those boys don't make too many advances. Peter Van Gool just having a look down the inside of Craig Cameron. Oh, that was Jacquelet going very deep into the hairpin. And Van Gool's actually got his nose down the inside of Craig Cameron there. And he's managing to make the moves. Not quite got the overlap on exit, though. But he'll have the slipstream, of course, coming down into the final chicane. Jacquelet is tucked up underneath the 2 of them as well. He's going to get a great slipstream from this. Not quite sure if he's going to make it 3 wide. I don't think he's that crazy. But Franks has been reeled in all this time as well. Van Gool's trying to get into 2nd place. He does it. There's a bit of rubbing behind them between Cameron and Jacquelet. Oh, Jacquelet bounces off the side of him and he's into the tyres. Not a massive impact though, so he gets going again. Just hope that everyone avoids him. There's his teammate Steve Cooley going past. A bit of jostling for position there in front of him. You can see Silkstone still there in the top 10. He's in 8th place now. McNally and Mears and McDonald are in there as well all together into turn 1. McNally looking like he's come out on top of that. Mears is going to be on the inside though into turn 2. Oh, I can hear contact. Not quite sure what's happened. It might have been just ahead actually. I think it was Ashton Cooper coming together on the exit of turn 2. But still Mears and McNally, just a bit of an overlap. McNally just getting in front now, and Rizzo is on the back of Benjamin Mears for 10th place. Silkstone, you can see here, just defending his position. He's got a big gaggle of these cars behind. Mears really dives out at the last second. Almost looked like he lost the back end then going into that left-hander there, Alex. Not sure whether that was intentional or not. As Silkstone loses the back end and he's in the wall. Real shame for Liam Silkstone there. Just lights up the rears, and even in a car like the MX5, which hasn't got all the power in the world, you see there that it's very easy to do. As Pete Van Gool goes to the top of the timing tower on the left. Gregory Frank still leads the AM category, but he's coming back at him here actually. He's having another crack at it. Still side by side. Oh, he's deep into the hairpin, but is he going to get a good cutback though here, Alex, and get some slipstream, do you reckon?
Yeah, it will get a good run, and there's enough slipstream on this car to actually get alongside her, I think, by the end of this one. Doesn't get right up in that draft though, so yeah. I think it makes sense for him to try and hold on to Van Gool. He might pull him away from Craig Cameron and then maybe go at him again, you know, lap 6 if he can, stay with the SimLab driver. Van Gogh fending a bit of thin air. But all through the final chicane, no problems. Ashton, he's very up 8 spots, Ashton, in just a few laps there. So he's going to be, he's going to be trouble, I think, for these guys at the very, very front. You know how quick he was earlier on.
Yeah, he's a very, very quick driver. And he's shown that over the whole season, to be fair. Oh, there's a couple of guys going down the order there. Joe McDonald and Billy Rose. Oh, there's McDonald, and there is Rose. He's sort of waiting for him. I think they might have had contact, and Billy's letting him take the position, which is very nice and gentlemanly of him. Just to see what the situation was. Alex read my mind, and yeah, Billy Rose is behind him here, so is he going to go for the move into turn 2? Oh, he's just a little bit later, and yeah, he turns around. Very nice of him, though, to, well, I was going to say straighten him up, but he lets him get going again in his own time and waits for him to take the place at least, so it's good to see that these guys are at least, have some sort of respect about them. They may bash doors quite a lot and get very feisty in the race, but they all actually do give one. Craig Cameron then third place at the moment has Luke Cooper and Jack Ashton tucked up behind him. Looked like Luke was going to go for the move there. I don't know whether
cheeky little look going into the hairpin, but couldn't quite get it done on the brakes, could he?
He was a bit sideways on exit as well. That will have hurt his run, but doesn't really matter either way. Ashton's going to get some slipstream. Here we go then, on board with Jack Ashton. Whoa, very close to that wall then was Craig Cameron. Sorry, that was Cooper we were on board with. Now we're on board with Ashton. I should have known from the roll cages. I'm not colourblind, I promise. Luke Cooper's going to be late. Well, he was going to be late on the brakes, but I clearly can't tell the future either, as he was very early on the brakes. Made sure he didn't go down the inside of Craig Cameron, but I suppose Craig is not completely new to the series, Alex, but when you're a driver like Luke Cooper, who's raced against pretty much everyone in this championship before, a new driver, you come across them and you think, do I go down the inside of this person into this chicane? Do I sort of have that racing experience with them? And, well, in that case, obviously not, but Ashton, there you can see, he's done the fastest lap of the race, and around Craig Cameron he goes, but
it's impressive sort of, around the outside of turn 2 there, I have to say. Not many can pull that move off. Good from Ashton. And I think Cooper, he was savvy enough to know that all he needed to do was perhaps cause, Cameron just to brake a little bit late, go a bit deep into that corner, nail the braking himself, and make sure he gets a good exit more than anything. So he was perhaps just a little early on the brakes, just so that he got a good drive off. And that's how he got that move done as well. And Ashton just taking full advantage of it at the same time. So both drivers with good move there.
Yeah, it was nicely executed. I was going to say, I think it was good risk management from Cooper, really, not to go down the inside of the chicane. Just sort of made sure he set himself up for turn 1, and it worked out very nicely for him. For anyone wondering, you can see, of course, just a moment ago, the Pro and Am designations that we get, which is the blue and green strips next to the drivers' names on the left-hand side. Jack Ashton, third overall, though, with Cooper still battling away with him. Side by side through the hairpin on exit. Here's another side by side battle. That's Mears and Jones. Jones in the white and yellow kart, Mears in the white, blue and orange. Oh, Mears just drives into him off the corner there. They somehow still both go down the straight together. They must have got out of it. There's Carl Hardy with what seems to be a slowdown penalty, unfortunately, into the hairpin. Slots back into place, and he'll be on his way. But here is Gregory Franks then with Jack Ashton, Luke Cooper and Craig Cameron behind him. He is in the AM category lead at the moment, so he really needs to think about this here, Alex, and be careful so Craig Cameron doesn't get through if he tries to let the other guys through as well.
He's kind of done what I said he would probably do, try and just hold on to Van Gogh, but Ashton and Cooper are so fast that they're right on his tail now as well. It's not easy,
Alex.
Still not fastest lap, good from McNally. Still not easy to overtake though if the car ahead has draft, so he can use Van Gogh to help defend here. And actually kind of working quite nicely because Van Gogh is quicker through the corners, and Franks is able to use the draft to one, defend, but two, to catch up on Van Gogh as well. And so he just took a slightly tighter line going into the chicane there, and lost a bit of time to Pete. But yeah, he's going to get that draft. So, why Ashton's not just zipping past him straight away.
Yeah, he just needs to be careful not to over-defend it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is doing that a little bit at the moment. You can tell he's trying to take the inside lines, going into the corners. Ashton's all over the back of him now, and like you say, losing time to Van Gool. It's not going to help him in the long run, side by side into the hairpin. He's going to have the inside line though, but we've seen people carry the momentum and stay around the outside here, so let's see what Ashton can do. He does carry quite a lot of momentum and he gets a good exit as well, so does Luke Cooper. Oh, bit of a sideways moment on exit though. Frank slots in, which means that Cooper's not going to get a really long slipstream on Ashton that he'd probably prefer. That's not really helped his cause there. You can see he's just giving Franks as little room as possible to try and push him out of the way so he can get the slipstream from Ashton. And he gets that now, and that means that Franks is 4th overall with Craig Cameron right behind him now in 5th. And just behind them, fastest lap of the race by McNally last time round. Fastest man on the track at the moment in 6th place overall. He was unfortunately involved with the incident of Rob Graham earlier on into the chicane, so he's made his way back up here. Alex, only 2 more laps to go. This is absolutely nuts. Or are we? No, sorry, 3 laps to go. We've just come on to lap 6 now. But even the last race of tonight is completely flown by once again.
Yeah, so short around this circuit. Oh, Steve Cooley, what's going on with him? Jump back on, rejoin. He lost a place there, but it looks like he's going to get it back from Rizzo. Guys actually been exchanging positions. So it started here. I think this is where he's going to get the run out of the final chicane. Rizzo not the best of exits.
Doesn't look like it.
See exactly what happened between the two. Just some good hard racing, changing positions.
No, just
They go. Yeah, Rizzo just went in a bit deep and just left the door open on the exit. So he says thank you very much. So yeah, it's just some good racing.
Yeah, nice little cut back there, and here they are again. Oh, nearly making contact. Still battling away.
I need to look at the front. I need to look at the front. This is crazy. Ashton maybe up the inside of Van Gool here. Franks is back there as well. And that's McNally in that mix as well. He's just come through this little pack in that one lap. We missed that. But he's right there. Jeez.
Doing a great job at the moment in making his way through the field. He's gained 17 places. Jack Ashton, his teammates, gained 12. Brian Holmes has gained 22. So what a race this is for Excite Energy iRacing as Luke Cooper's in the middle, 3 wide. Nearly contact with Ranks there. He's still ahead of Cameron for the AM battle, but what a great scrap this is turning into for the win with just 2 laps to go. Jack Ashton leading the race from Pete Van Gool. Adam McNally in 3rd. Luke Cooper just behind, and then Ranks and Cameron doing a great job to hold on to this, to be fair, because Brian Holmes is flying behind them at the moment in 7th. 24 places gained. But it's not making too many advances on them yet. There's like 8.5 seconds back, so we'll see what that gap is at the end though. That'll just show you the difference in pace from a guy that's just absolutely on it compared to the guys that are battling away. But Ashton's now going to try and run away with this one, isn't he, Alex, while Van Gool fends off McNally.
He will. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Is try and sort of force the drivers behind to have a little battle and then just scamper away, get that 1.5 to 1 3/4 seconds margin so that there's no slipstream. That's usually all it takes.
Just loving watching these cars go around this very narrow and sort of enclosed circuit. The guys doing a great job of managing to navigate their way around. Oh, bit of sparks in the background there. I think that was Luke Cooper just in the wall. He's lost a lot of time, and Gregory Ranks is now actually ahead of him. They're side by side coming into the hairpin, nearly making contact. They need to be really careful going into there, especially Gregory could throw away an AM category win here. And down the inside goes Craig Cameron. There's nowhere for Franks to go there actually on Luke Cooper. This could be very important in terms of their race, because this could be the deciding factor in this one. And of course, Craig Cameron's got
going to come over to the left, and that's going to give Franks the slipstream. I would have thought no, because Cooper decides he's got to defend. So that allows Cameron to keep with the draft there as well. That did not work at all well for Franks. We're a bit frustrated there. Loses the AM lead.
Oh, he's going to get a good run though. He's got a very good run off that chicane. Craig Cameron did a great job of getting it stopped though and getting it turned in. Franks is a very wise driver to it, though, and just ahead you can see McNally and Van Gool. We'll keep an eye on this for a moment, though, as this is for the AM category win. Craig Cameron looks like he's gone a bit deep into there, but it gives him a good line for turn 2, gets it stopped nicely. He's on the power earlier as well, but Franks just seems to get a really good run. He's using less lock, of course, on exit. McNally still having a go at Van Gool. There he goes into second place. Nice little drift on exit. Look at the momentum he carried through there. He's gained a gap already, nearly half a second on Van Gool. He's getting away through the right-hander, so Excite Energy iRacing will be happy with this one if it stays as is. And here's your Franks now, still battling with Cameron. This is going to be a great battle all the way to the end. Franks has just got to set himself up here, I think, Alex. Maybe drop back slightly in the few corners leading up to the hairpin. Make sure that he's got a long run that he can get on Craig Cameron and then try and do him into the chicane. Craig is going very defensive, though. He doesn't want to do that yet. He needs to be wise to the fact that Franks is just going to sort of set himself up. Unless he gets it done beforehand, but, I mean, well, if it was me, I'd wait, like I say, just before the hairpin. McNally and Van Gool still at it as well. This is great scrapping for these guys. Oh, nearly kissing wing mirrors into the hairpin as they get onto the brakes. Van Gool tries to get the cutback. McNally parks it on the apex, then gets the power down, but there is an overlap. They are side by side. McNally will be communicating with Ashton now, saying, get over to the right, son. Yeah. Give me that slipstream. Cameron's trying to defend from Franks, but Franks isn't far enough back. He's tucked up right behind Craig Cameron, so he's not going to get a big run, I don't think. He's got the overlap though, and there it is. He'll have the optimal line into the chicane. He'll make the corner as wide as it can be and carry the momentum.
We'll see how that one pans out. Yeah.
Van Gool is ahead of McNally. Oh, Luke Cooper into McNally! Oh no, he's not saved it, they're around. Oh, Cameron collects him, no! Craig Cameron
through as well.
Franks
gets third.
Brilliant accident avoidance from Franks.
Oh, Stevens around.
Oh, it's all gone to pot. Use the word pot. Just because I can't use another one. JBS sneaking through there on Adam Belmont. Jason Cooper's got to slow down.
And McNally trying to go do it in reverse as well. That's probably the quickest way.
Oh, gutted for him. Whoa, nearly getting clipped there by McRitchie as well. Oh, that was mayhem.
I think we need to see exactly what happened to McNally there.
Yeah, the contact, it just unsettled the car too much. What a race finish though that was. Oh, and
he was a little bit on the curb as well, made the car bounce. So I don't think.
Got to feel sorry for Craig Cameron.
Cameron chose one way, and unfortunately the car just spat and hit him. Yeah.
You'll see Jamie Ayres sneaking through. Brilliant bit of opportunistic driving. There he goes. Oh, just threading the needle between Jacqueline and Delmont there. That was obviously as a result of the incident with Stevens. But wow, what a... the big one happens behind him, as Marco Barbanera says. What a fantastic race finish, though. Exciting all the way through. Really, really enjoyed that. And, it was kind of inevitable in a way, but there we go. Jack Ashton takes the win for Excite iRacing. Then SimLabs, Peter Van Gool finishes in second place. Gregory Franks finishes third. Luke Cooper is fourth with Brian Holmes in fifth. Craig Cameron eventually finished sixth, though, so not a bad recovery after that incident. Still getting second in AM, so very well done. Steve Cooley finishes in third in the AM category, seventh overall. And it's Jason Cooper 8th, Jamie Ayres 9th, Adam Delmont in 10th, with Craig Jones, Max Wright and Carl Jacqueline 11th, 12th and 13th. Kip Stevens, after that incident, finishes in 14th place with Euroners in 15th. Benjamin Mears is 16th with Dave Hampson in 17th, and Adam McNally eventually reverses across the line in 18th place with what looked like not even 3 wheels on that MX5. Andy Maxwell 19th, Ralph Cullinan 20th, James McRitchie 21st, with Steve Heffer 22nd, Rob Graham is 23rd. 24th goes the way of Cesare Rizzo with 25th, David Ayres. Carl Hardy 26th, Billy Rose 27th, and Joe McDonald is 28th. Stuart Dick is the last car on the lead lap in 29th place. Martin Plowman 2 laps down in 30th with Liam Silkstone, Mikey Key and Roy Viverke all 7 laps down. And Scott Malcolm 8 laps down in 34th. And, well, the sort of mini-season is behind us now, Alex. 12 race meetings gone. There's obviously 4 of these over the course of the year. It's been a fantastic 12 weeks, these boys, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a great start to the season, actually. Whole load more racing. to go. But yeah, what a fantastic start. Great meeting once again. So I'm actually having a look just to see if I can see where we are at next.
I'll tell you what we'll do is while you're finding that out, because I never know going into the next race meeting where we're at. I think we're having an off week between them. We've only got a little bit of time to do interviews tonight. We are running a little bit behind. So what we'll do is we'll bring in our race winner there, Mr. Jack Ashton. Jack, very well done, mate. That was, well, pardon the pun, that was an exciting one, wasn't it?
Hey, I like it. Yeah, it's brilliant. Loved every moment of that one. I think I can't remember where I started. I think it's like 16th, something like that. So it's quite nice to come through the grid and get a win out at the end of it. It's really nice, especially sort of racing Luke Cooper and Pete Van Gool. I know they're quite handy behind the wheel. So yeah, I enjoyed that race. I think tonight went quite well. I had a bit of a nightmare in race 3 where I had some damage that was just hindering me so much I could hardly get down the straight lines. But apart from that, I think the whole night went really well. So yeah, pretty happy.
And what did you reckon to the track then? I mean, it's a personal favourite of mine is Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve, but a lot of people really dislike it. Are you with them or me? What do you reckon?
I'm with you on this one. Yeah, it's definitely a nice track. It's really like, it seems simple. Oh no, it definitely isn't. But it's very, very technical, and it's hard to get really quick because you have to be sort of safe with the curbs and the walls. So yeah, I think it does put the cat amongst the pigeons of everyone on this track.
But the last time I raced, it was in a V8 supercar, and let me tell you, you think you've got to be careful in an MX5. You've got to be careful in them things around here. But that's the challenge of it. Obviously, when you put a lot of laps in and practice around a track like this, you feel a lot better for gaining those extra tenths, or even racing someone a bit quicker than you and getting a move done, don't you?
Yes, that's it. I don't know what we're on for next track though. I know we've got a break now. Have we got a break for next week?
Yeah, there's an off week next week. There is, Alex has kindly gone and had a look for me because I never know where we're going for the following week. The next one's at Watkins Glen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never been that quick there, but I do like the track, so should be all right. I think that if I do a bit more practice than usual, then hopefully I should be on the pace. But yes, hopefully look forward to that one.
And of course, the S-word slipstream comes into effect there as well. So
yeah,
it's going to be nice and close and
makes anyone can win.
Indeed, we're just we've got your little image at the moment of your Metro up on screen.
It did work then. I tried to fill it out and then it seemed to have vanished, and I not sure if it worked or not. So I guess it did.
How's all that going, by the way? Just we're a bit short on time, so you're going to be the only interview we do. But how's all that going on that side of things?
Yeah, really good. I mean, I've done 4 rounds of the championship so far out of 10, and won all 4 races with fastest laps. So it's looking pretty good at the start of the season, I have to say. But soon see what happens in the rest of the season.
Fair play. Well, good to speak to you tonight, Jack. Very well done on your race win. Is there anyone you want to Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before you go?
Yeah, obviously just all the usual people. I can't speak now as well. Yeah, all the team, McNally, Brian, everyone behind the scenes. Obviously all the sponsors. McNally can reel them off. But and he is really good. He's quite quick at it as well. And you guys for the stream. I mean, say it every time, but definitely put on a great show and always watch it back. Definitely.
Smashing. Well, thanks very much, mate. Great to speak to you, and we'll maybe speak to you in a few rounds' time.
Yes, mate. Thank you.
Nice one. Jack Ashton there of Excite iRacing. Just finally, Alex, thoughts on tonight, really? It was just another strong meeting from such a great championship that's grown into a beautiful thing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, bit of everything, like we always see in this series. Those people that have tuned in for the first time, thanks very much for the comments there as well. This is what you get with this series. You get some great racing. You get the fun and enjoyment of the will it, won't they, won't they wreck kind of thing. The big wrecks and things like that, and the little one. Yeah, some of crazy moves and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, you get a bit of everything for everyone watching, which is what makes it fun and interesting for us to commentate each.
Yeah, exactly, and it's great fun to do it from this end as well. And obviously, seeing comments like we do see in the chat from time to time, it makes it all worth it as well to know that people enjoy what we do. So thank you very much for that. As we've said, next week is an off week, so after that we will be back in 2 weeks' time, of course, at Watkins Glen for what will be the second mini season as such for the BSR MX5 Pro Series. I've been Chaz Draycott with Alex Simpson commentating with me tonight and on the cameras as well. We hope to see you all in 2 weeks' time. Have a great evening.